Hi everyone, Bev here, FP50. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to demonstrate self-myofascial release, which is a flexibility technique that focuses on the neural and fascial systems in the body. Self-myofascial release concentrates on alleviating myofascial trigger points and areas of hyperirritability located within a band of muscle. So I'm going to show you some exercises that I do on myself, and maybe you can try them out for yourself, and it might help you to relieve those areas of tenseness. I know it does for me. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to get started with the first SMR exercise. We need a foam roller, and I am going to start off with my calves. Okay, so I'll get into position here, and I'm going to place my feet just under the roller. I'm trying to stay within the, and I'm going to place my hands back here, okay, and I'm going to lift my body up and slowly go back and forth along my calves. Well, let me just situate myself right by the calves here. Now, so I go back and forth until I find that sensitivity point. Now once I find it, I think it is. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold that position for 30 seconds. Now if you have a stopwatch, you can use that, or you can count the old-fashioned way, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 30 seconds. Okay? Once you do that, then you release it. Okay? Now, I'm going to also do the side of my legs, which that can be a tight area for some people depending on the type of exercises that you do. I have tight muscles in my legs, so it helps. So I'm going to situate myself on my side, okay? I will lift myself up. It's targeting these muscles right here, the peroneals, if I'm saying it properly. And I am going to move back and forth along that area, find my trigger point, and hold it. I'm just going to hold it for demonstration purposes a few seconds, but like I said before, hold it for 30 seconds for optimal results. Okay? Now, another point that we can do is just on the back of the legs. This is a little tricky. Okay, so, and you have to be careful, especially if you have, if you have sensitive wrists. If your wrists are not strong, you should be using a wristband. It might help. I have problems with my elbow, so I always have some kind of band of support here. but in this case, I'm going to be propping myself on this hand here, and I am going to, it's a little bit awkward, but I'm going to sit on, I'm sitting on here, on the foam roller, okay? And I'm going to take my leg and wrap it around, okay? Now, I am going to, I just found it. That's my trigger point right here. And I'm holding it. I think I'm going to hold it a little bit longer. 2, 3, 1,000. That feels good, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 6, 1,000. 7, 1,000. 8, 1,000. 9, 1,000. 10, 1,000. Yes, that feels good. I'm going to do this again later in my own time because I need some more on that side, okay? Now, you can, of course, you're going to reverse the side. So, you know, I won't demonstrate that, but anything that you do on one side, you should do on the other side as well, okay? So that's the demonstration for the calves, the side of the legs, and the back right here, okay? So that's where your gluteus muscles are here. This, a lot of times this is tight, so it's good to use this foam roller to release it. Thank you very much. I'm going to now go to the next section to demonstrate a few other foam roller exercises. Okay, so to continue the self-myofascial release, I'm going to do a few to loosen up the area of the IT band, tensor fascial latte, the IT band all on the side here. I'm going to be working on my adductors. These are the muscles here, all along here, that are responsible for bringing the leg in towards the body, moving in towards the body, the adductors. And then I'm going to be working on my quadriceps, the front of the legs. I'm going to work the hamstrings, the back of my legs, right back here. I'm also going to be working my thoracic spine, all back here, because that gets very tight, okay, for me. And then my latissimus dorsi, which the lats are right back here. Okay, so we're going to do those areas, releasing with the foam roller. Starting with the IT band, okay? So I am going to get on the floor and get my arms straight here. And I'm going to extend out to get the roller underneath my IT band here. Okay, so sometimes I find that's tight, especially from running. Okay, now it's a little awkward, I'm sure, but I want to, right there, that's a little uncomfortable for me. I'm just rolling it back and forth a little bit. And I'm lifting my leg up. My foot is flexed. I don't think you can see, but my foot is flexed. So let me just roll up a little bit. As you can see, my foot is flexed. I'm coming back here. This is my area of tightness, right here. I'm holding it now. Okay? I'm going to hold it a few more seconds. And then you can repeat that on the other side. Okay? Another one that I'm going to do is for the adductors. Okay? For that, you have to get on the floor. I'll demonstrate it with my left leg. Okay? So I am going to get as if I'm going to do a plank on my forearms. So I can't be looking at you, but I'll be like this. Okay? And what I'm going to do is put my leg in a 90-degree angle. I want to target these muscles right here. Okay, so I'm going to roll back and forth until I find that happy point there. It's where it gets a little bit tight. I feel like my entire thigh muscle is tight. So I'm just going to kind of keep rolling back and forth. And right there, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it. Just a few more seconds. And then I'm going to release. Now just remember that it's 30 seconds that you're holding it. For demonstration purposes, I'm just holding it a few seconds so you can see, okay? But 30 seconds, optimal success with that for you. Okay, now for the quadriceps, which are the muscles in the front of the legs, the thigh muscles. So I'm going to, let me see if I can get sideways here so you can see. And I'm going to get into forearm plank and get on top of the roller. Basically, just like you're doing a forward and backward plank. Okay? This is not too bad, but my quadriceps aren't tight, so I don't have problems with my quads so much. So I'm just going to find a spot to pick and just kind of just, let's say that's where it is, and I hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to release that there. Okay? Alright, so that's for the quads. Now let's do the hamstrings. A lot of us are tight in the hamstrings, especially if we're sitting at, a lot of times sitting at the desk, we get tight in here, we get tight in the back of the hamstrings also. Limited flexibility there. This will give you some relief for that tension. So again, I'm going to get on top, but instead of targeting down here, I'm coming up on the back of my thighs. I will lift up my body, okay, and I'm going to roll back and forth, trying to find that spot, but it feels good actually to loosen up the fascia muscles. Actually that just feels good, right? Just keep doing that as long as you're comfortable. And if you have a point that you find that's really, really tight or real sensitive, you'll feel it. You'll feel it when it hits, because it's kind of like a little bit of a shocking point. And you're like, oh, that feels tight. So then you hold it right there. Okay? You hold it for the 30 seconds. Then maybe you could find another spot on the back. If there's another spot, then you hold that for 30 seconds. And release. Okay? Now for the tough one, the thoracic spine. I've not done this one before, and I think I could use some release. So I'm going to put my hand back, place, and let's get where you can see me. Get up on the roller. Now be careful, because you could roll off, so you don't want to hurt yourself either. Okay? So I'm finding the spot, okay, and then basically I'm coming right, rolling it. That feels good. Just be careful, please. Okay. I have a partially herniated disc injury from years ago, so I have to always be careful, and I'm asking that you do the same. I just want to make sure that I loosen the tightness as far as I can go. But I like to just roll it back there and release. That one is a little challenging. Now for the lats, the latissimus dorsi at the back right here. Okay, right in the back. I'm just going to demonstrate on one side. Okay, so basically we're going to situate your body your legs are straight, okay? Your arms are out ahead of you, overhead, and placed on the floor. And I'm gonna, right now, I am pressing against my lat muscle. I already found that trigger point, and it's right, it's uncomfortable. I'm holding it there. I'm a little bit lifted off the floor here so I could put pressure. Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Now, I'm releasing it, but again, hold it for 30 seconds. Everything that you do on one side, you have to do on the other side too, okay? So practice these, see if it helps. Send me your comments if you like this video. If you don't like this video, please share with me. These are all some exercises that I do for myself that I'm just sharing with all of you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it helpful. And please inbox me with any questions, but hit your like button if you do, okay? Thank you, and come again soon.